All right, here we go. This is a DJI Mini 3 Pro Fall Flight 2024. It is the second week of October, so fall is really here, but nothing has started to change too much. A little bit, we'll see. Here we are on the landing pad. Let's see if we can get the motors fired up. There we go. And we're up. We'll let her find her location there for a minute. And we'll go for a little flight here. It's about, I'd say 10 o'clock in the morning. And we're headed due north here in a second over the park here. And we'll see how the Mini 3 Pro flies today. Not much of a wind. A little bit, I'd say 5 to 10 miles an hour at the most. And it's blowing from the south, so I've got the wind at my back, so to speak. And she is flying great, not much gimbal tilt, so we'll see if we see anything here in the park. Not too much happening. As you can see, there's a little more brown in the picture now. The greens aren't quite as green. You're getting some yellows and browns in there, and I don't know that we're going to have a real good color show this year in the fall. We just didn't have the moisture in the fall. We had a lot of moisture, flooding moisture in the spring, but the moisture kind of turned off around August or so, and that's when you really need the moisture, August and September, to come in to get the real pretty colors in the fall. So I expect a few colors, but not what we can usually see in this part of the area that I live in. Don't see any deer or turkey, and there will be a managed hunt in this area, a bow hunt, happening in a couple weeks. Try to thin the deer population out in the park area here. So we haven't had the Mini 3 Pro out for a while. She's going to get a name change here, I think, pretty soon. Let's see, let's keep flying north here. My Mini 2 is flown the coop, so to speak, and my son has her now. So that was a great drone. I'm telling you, it's probably, I think I enjoyed flying that drone as much as any of the Mini series or the Phantoms that I've owned. It was just a fun drone to fly, but he's going to start flying now, and we'll see how she does for him. I think he'll enjoy it. So here we are, going over. Here's a neighborhood. That complex of houses there always fascinated me, the way they had the roads put in there, and they just carved that out of the land, put themselves a little neighborhood in there. So we'll head down this way a little ways. We don't have the range with the Mini 3 that we have with the Mini 4, so lots of interference too, so we won't get too far today, but we'll take her out and see how she flies. As you can see, like I was saying earlier, very little color. You can see there's a little gold on a tree there, but you know, your sugar maples and trees like that really turn to beautiful reds during the year, and you got to have the moisture to turn that beautiful color. So I'm just kind of seeing it going to yellow and some golds now, you know, and we should have a weather change here coming up this weekend. It's supposed to be in the 80s, but then Monday the high is supposed to drop down into the low 70s and into the 60s, upper 60s for highs the next 2 days. So quite a drop. So it's going to get the deer moving up on their feet, and maybe it'll get some of the leaves thinking about changing here. I'm hoping we get a little bit of color this year. Last year was kind of a year where we didn't have much color either, and kind of disappointing. There's nothing I like better than being outside in the woods, deer hunting or squirrel hunting or turkey hunting or whatever, or just hiking, letting all the good Lord's creation come into my eyes, and I'm going, wow. And I love to see the colors that, the trees turn in the fall. And he sure makes it pretty sometimes. Okay, so then we'll flip around there and you can see a little color there. You can see some golds and a few more yellows, but not seeing too much for the reds at all. Of course, there's not a lot of maples out here. Most of your maples are planted by, people around their houses and on their property, and this is just park property, so not much there. So we'll head up this way. We're going to go east now a little bit. Drift over this way. I'm really looking for colors, and I'm not seeing very much. There's some more kind of browns and gold colors. Some of your oaks turn the gold colors, and there are a few other tree varieties that have the gold. The oaks around here, they don't drop their leaves. I mean, it just stays on, looks real pretty. There's hardly anything prettier, though, than the aspens up in Colorado. When they change, that's where I grew up, where they change it, and the wind gets blowing on those. It just looks like gold, silver dollars. It's really pretty if you haven't seen it. I'm just spinning around here doing some circles looking for color, and I don't see a whole lot. So we'll sit here for a minute and get our bearings. Pan back over this way, nothing that way. I'm looking in the neighborhoods for color in the neighborhoods and not seeing a lot there now either. Like I said, this is about the second week of October, and we should start to be getting some colors here pretty soon. But there's no rain in the forecast, and it's almost too late for the rains to do much for the color this year. But we're going to kind of drift back this way, and then we're going to get up here, and I think we're going to, we'll go to the left. I'm looking at the gimbal tilt, and it's not bad. Pretty good on the Mini 3. She likes to get a little air up her skirt every once in a while. She hasn't been out. I've been flying her bigger sister, the Mini 4 Pro, quite a bit. So you've seen a lot of those Mini 4 Pro videos on my channel. But it was time to get her out and stretch her legs a little bit. There's that neighborhood again. It's just kind of neat looking. 2 streets out, it looks like. Anyway, let's drift up to the east here a little bit. We'll follow the woods up here along this main road. See if we see any color on any of these trees around these homes. And I do not. We'll drift up here and see what we see. Anyway, planning on doing some more flights with the Mini 3 I'd like to do some more snow flights this year. I didn't get to do much out in the snow last year. I like snow flights when it's not, when you get temperatures that are just above freezing, because it's really, really, really hard on the lithium batteries. You got to keep them warm, and there's a red in a tree up there on the left side there. There's turning red right there, one little tree. Huh. It's got to be a sugar maple. Anyway, I'd like to do some more snow flights this year. Last year, we never had the temperatures much above the 30-degree mark. It seemed like it stayed frozen all winter long, and we had winds every day just about. And wind and below 34 degrees, 32 degrees is not conducive to flight with a drone. I mean, you get moisture built up on the drone, and you can get in a lot of problems, a lot of problems real quick. Just getting a little bit of ice on your props is going to cause you havoc. But I love flying in the snow, or after it snowed, and you can see so many different things in the landscape that you can't see when there's no snow on the ground, such as deer trails, animals making their migration to the fields to eat, especially deer and turkey. So we'll try to get a few of those in for you this year. Just been a busy, busy, busy year, and haven't got to do as much flying as We hope to, but we put a few videos up for you guys to look at. If you look in my playlist, you'll see Mini 2, Mini 3, Mini 4 videos, and you'll see quite a few motorcycle vlogs too out there. So a wide variety of stuff. Let's see, this is coming up. There's guys that bow hunt in these cedars right here quite a bit. And there's a homeless shelter in there also. They run the deer out quite a bit. Right down in there. And we're going to fly over here. There's a local church. There's a four-wheeler path going through the woods there. I didn't know that was there. Huh. There's a local church right there, and they've got a ball field there that they play on, and usually there's kids out there playing, but not today. I don't see anybody there at all. So we'll drift over the road here, drift over another little section of woods. Looking for color, don't see much there at all. Getting a bird's eye view of the color. There's the cedars, nice group of cedars there. Ah, here we go. We're kind of just drifting to the right here, as you can tell. I'm kind of just letting it drift to the right on the sticks a little bit. You know, we're going to come down here and see one of my favorite things to fly around shortly. Looks like they got new construction there. I don't know what they're going to build there, but it looks like they've cleaned off the lot up there. So we're going to drift here to the right, and she should be coming into view any second now. Let me turn to the right just a little bit more. There she is. We're not going to do this. We're just going to go around her today, I think. I like doing circles and orbits around water towers. It's kind of fun. This you've seen this one in some of my videos. This is brand new. It's been there. They tore down the old one, rebuilt it, and redid the outside skin, and this is the result. And I like doing it from the air. The only thing I like better than this from the air is man-made stuff is trains. I like spotting trains from the air. Now, I heard one on this flight, but he was way too far south. I could hear his whistle going, but there's no way I could fly that distance to go take a look at him. So maybe next time I'll catch a train around here. A couple tracks, local tracks around here. Here's the gas line right away, and you'll see a power line right away there too, back in the park property. We'll drift up here, and we're gonna start going to the east here. Yeah, there we go. Fly to the east here and look along the edges of these fields and see if we see anything. As you can see, there's just not any color to speak of. You know, and I know it's a bit early, but mid-October is when we usually start seeing some colors pop. You know, just the beginning of it, and just not much this year. Oh well, we'll see. I'm going to do a few more flights this year. I've got several scheduled already, and I like scheduling them ahead of time so I can figure out where I'm going, what I'm doing, what I want to see, the area I want to look at. There's a lot of deer in this area and wildlife around the park area and the wildlife area, so we usually take a trip over here and see what we can see. We'll look down in this opening here. Nothing here. These guys have already done all their cutting on their field. Now, people are still harvesting soybeans and corn still. But a lot of the fields, most of the fields that are just empty fields like that have already been hayed. They've got all their round bales up. Now, here's a good area for deer. This is a really nice bedding area they've got back here. The deer like to lay down in there. You can see little paths where they've wandered around there. Don't see any today, though. I think they got a little garden out there. Back behind here. I can't tell what's in it. Whatever it is, it's looked like it's run its gamut and it's just about done for the year, just like my garden is ending up right now also. Let's drift up here to the road here and over my buddy's house. Let's see. Here we go. Get up here to the main drag. Just a little bit further. We're going to drift to the right here. There we are, back to the main road. Yeah, look at those solar panels on that roof. You think they're getting some power out of that? Holy cow. There's my buddy's house. He built that by hand himself. One heck of a carpenter. We'll drift down here towards our lodge now. There's our lodge right there on the right. You can see round hay bales right across the road there where they've hayed that field. Only one car there now, doing some, oh, two cars. Huh. Somebody's parked there and probably walked into the woods down there. Now we're back over park property and we're headed back to our takeoff spot. And let's see, down here on the right, you can see a little, it's not the top right, there's a little square, that's a raptor house for young raptors to get bigger before they get preyed on by the bigger raptors. And they can hatch in there and do all kinds of neat things and get a little size to them. And here's an area where I like to bow hunt at on the managed hunt. A lot of does in that bedding area there. And I see our takeoff spot now. So we'll drift back down here to the west and see if we can get back home. We're coming up to this pond here. This pond, you guys seen it several times in my video. It's always covered. Seems like it's always covered with a lot of algae. There's a lot of catfish in this pond. Not very many channel cat, but a lot of bullheads. A lot of fun to catch, but it's always got a ton of moss and stuff growing on the top of it. So you throw a line in there, you better plan on pulling in a lot of crap every time that you cast your line out, and you're going to lose a lot of line too, a lot of hooks. But it's easy to get to, and it's fun, and anybody can fish it. So let's see, I turn right here, see where I want to go. We're going to let her return to home here in a second. Give her the return to home order. Now, she doesn't quite get a precision landing, but we'll see how she goes here. Here's the main road to the park area. Don't see too many cars, don't see any cars except the parking lot up here. Let's see what's in the parking lot now. One there. We're going to let her return to home now and see how she does. There's another car. 3 cars. We'll get right above our takeoff spot here. We'll bring her down. Well, we hope you enjoyed the flight. This was just a nature flight out to see the colors, and there wasn't many, not yet. Hopefully we're going to get a little bit better colors in some upcoming flights. So thanks for watching. I know it was a little long one, but I enjoyed it. And we'll probably have the Mini 4 Pro out next. She's scheduled next on the flight. Stay safe out there. Take care of each other. Follow the golden rule. Treat each other like you want to be treated, and we'll all get along a lot better, I think. You can't hardly beat that for sure. Here we come back down. We're going to be off on our landing spot a little bit, but we'll get her down there. See if we find our landing mat. There it is, and we're off by a couple feet, so we'll just turn her around here and back her up and let her find where she wants to go. Not there, that's for sure. Come on, move on over. There you go. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. You guys take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again soon. Boom. That's it.